What's going on, everybody? And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to build your online coaching business in 5 days or less. Okay, so if you're brand new to the online marketing space, I know it can be a little bit confusing about how to really kind of get started, what steps you need to take, in each order. So that's basically what I'm going to break down in this video. Now, first and foremost, it's really important to remember that if you haven't already started, marketing or generating any income or generating any clients, doing any of that sort of the actual work, then it's important to note that at this stage in your business, you don't need a business card. You don't need, to worry about your business name. You don't need to worry about websites or any of that stuff if you haven't already done any of that stuff. Okay, so the most important thing is for you to start marketing and start generating some income, because if your business isn't generating any income, then technically you don't have a business. And I see a lot of people, they get hung up on creating business cards, creating a really flashy website that looks amazing, but then they don't know how to market, so they can't get any traffic to that website or anything, and the business is just stagnant. Okay, so if you're not already at that stage, I highly recommend checking out my playlist, which I'm going to link to up above right now, where you can learn, where I break down the exact sort of systems and strategies that you can use to make money online with coaching / consulting. Okay, so make sure if you're not already generating income, you go and check that one out first. So this is for you if you are already marketing, you are already sort of generating some income. Well, it doesn't matter if you're generating income, but you are already kind of taking action on building your coaching business. Okay, so first and foremost, guys, is you technically don't need to, create a business name. You don't need to register a business. In most countries, you can actually sort of, start trading as, just a person. Okay. And also, obviously, as long as you're kind of, declaring your taxes and stuff like that. But first and foremost is like, if you did want to kind of go out there and, sort of register your business, then I highly recommend just using your own name. Okay. The truth of the matter is nobody really cares about what your business is called. So don't get hung up on trying to create some like fancy business name, because it's not really going to add any value to your business at all. And, and later on down the line, if you do want to change it, it's quite easy to do so. Okay. So I just recommend starting with, your own business name. I've got mentors that have literally built 7-figure businesses just with their own name. Okay. So yeah, if you do want to obviously generate, if you do actually want to register your business, properly as like, if you're in America, it'll be an LLC. If you're in the UK, it'll be a private limited company. You want to go over to your country's Companies House website. Okay, so you just go onto Google, just type in Companies House, and it will come up with the relevant information that you need. Just go onto that website, just kind of follow through the step-by-step process, and it will show you exactly what you need to do to actually register your business. Okay, so it's really simple. So obviously going to take you through a process to be able to do that. Okay, so day number 2. Okay, the next thing that you really want to do is you want to open up a business banking account. All right, so you've already registered your business, you already have kind of the information that you need from that. The next step is for you to open a business banking account. So why do you want to keep your finances, your personal finances, separate from your business? Well, purely for accounting reasons. Okay, it's much easier when you have all of your income going into a business account, okay, for you to be able to differentiate what's business income and what's personal income. All right, it just makes the process so much easier. All right, from there, the next thing that you really want to do is you want to have some form of accounting software. Now, if you're in the UK, this has actually become a law for you to actually have an accounting software inside your business. Okay, so the accounting software that I recommend using is QuickBooks. You also have some other kind of alternatives, such as Zero, which is like a little bit more expensive, and stuff like that. But QuickBooks is my #1 recommendation, and it's available in most countries out there. Okay, now there are different versions of QuickBooks. Okay, so depending on what country you're in, they're going to be, it's going to look slightly different, but also there are tons and tons of tutorials on how to use QuickBooks in your, in your specific country. So you don't really need to worry too much about any of that stuff. Now, the really good thing about this, guys, is like what QuickBooks is basically like an accounting software, right? So it hooks up to your bank account, and any transactions that come into your bank or go out of your bank, they come up inside QuickBooks, and you just click on there, it's a business transaction or as a personal transaction, what a little bit of information about, what that transaction actually was. And it just basically keeps a record of your books, which makes, when it comes to the taxes, It makes filing your taxes really easy because everything's organized. You know exactly what's what, rather than just having a ton of income come into your business. You're not tracking any of it, and then 9 months down the line, you don't remember what you need to do, right? You don't remember what this transaction was for. So it's really important to make sure that you have this stuff just to kind of keep track of what's going on inside your business. And you can also see trends for things like cash flow. So one of the biggest reasons most businesses fail is due to cash flow. Okay, so inside QuickBooks, you can actually see trends of your profits and your losses. Okay, just because your business may have generated 5 grand in the last month, if your expenses are like four grand, then you've only actually made a grand profit. Okay, or you may be at a loss. So QuickBooks will highlight all of this stuff for you to be able to see. So that's really good there. Okay, so on day number 4, you want to basically purchase yourself a domain. Okay, so what is a domain? A domain is essentially like a website name. Okay, so like, let's say, for example, my name's Andy Mattis. Let's say, for example, that my website is andymattis.com. You can basically purchase a domain for your business. Okay, so the website that I recommend going to create your domain would be Namecheap. It is just the best one out there, in my personal opinion. I've never had any issues with it. I know other people that are using it. They've run 7-8-figure businesses and never had any issues with Namecheap either. It's fairly cheap. Obviously, depending on what domain you get, you could probably looking to pay anywhere between sort of £6 up into I don't know, between £6 and sort of £15, I would say, usually for most domain names, unless you have one that's really sought after, really rare, then you may want to kind of pay a premium for. But if it's just your name, like I recommended, like andymattis.com, it should be fairly cheap. And I highly recommend just using like a .com domain rather than a .co.uk or .net or something else. It's just going to be easier for people to find you. Okay, and then on day 5, the last thing that you're really going to want to do is you're going to want to set up a business email. Okay, so again, so you can keep your emails and stuff separate from your personal stuff. So now you've got your domain. I recommend using something called G Suite. I think they've changed it to Google Workplace or Workspace now. And I think that one costs somewhere around £6 a month, or I can't remember exactly how much it costs, but it's fairly cheap. And this basically allows you to sort of turn that domain into a business email. Okay, so if my domain was andymattis.com, I could actually create, Andy at andymattis.com. Okay, or if I had a team member that came in called Sam, I could create Sam at andymattis.com. Okay, it allows you to create a business email, which is great for things such as email marketing. When you start doing all of that stuff, you can use software such as GetResponse, ActiveCampaign, all of that sort of stuff. And for these, for email marketing, is actually, a legal requirement for you to have a business email to be able to do that stuff on there as well. Okay, so those are my 5 steps for you to be able to, build your online coaching business in 5 days. And like I said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want any more information about, actual systems and strategies to be able to market your business and actually grow it to 6 figures, then I highly recommend checking out my playlist on how to, make money online with coaching and consulting. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.